Yo, what is going on, FitFam? Today we got a strength, hamstring, and glutes workout. So let's get it poppin'. As always, we want to start off with glute activation because we have such sedentary lives. Our muscles are turned off, especially our glutes. So we need to make sure that we get the blood flowing, that we get the muscle fibers engaged before we get into our actual working sets. So let's get started with our glute activation. We're gonna use our fabric resistance band, as always, because it overloads the targeted muscles that we want so much. So the first one we're gonna do is banded monster walk. So that's where you come down into a squat position and you walk in this zigzag motion, all right? So we're gonna do 20 total reps of that. So here we go. Already really feeling it. And now we're just gonna quickly finish off this glute activation with banded jump squats, all right? We're gonna do 10 reps of those, so let's go. All right, now we're ready to get into the working sets. All right, guys, so to start off this hamstring and glute workout, we're starting with a barbell hip thrust, of course, because there is no better glute exercise. So this time, we're gonna be doing one of my favorite variations, which is a 1.5 hip thrust. So this is where you do one full rep, come up, do half of a rep, and then that is actually one entire rep. So I'm just gonna show you quick. So you come up from the ground all the way, and then you do about a half repetition, and then you come all the way back down and repeat the whole movement. So let's go, we're gonna do 10 total reps. All right, let's get it. Always squeezing your glutes. Make them work. The more you can track them, the more they're gonna get overloaded, and the better your results are gonna be. Keeping those eyes looking straight at the wall, not throwing our heads back, because this actually causes you to use your glutes even more. Pushing off those heels, just one more. Ooh, all right. Those are a killer. So go ahead, rest for 60 seconds and repeat this set for 2 more sets. We're doing 3 sets total. So for this one as well, you're probably gonna have to do a lighter weight than the weight that you were using when you did the first leg exercise, which was the full barbell hip thrust, because now that you're doing 1.5 reps, it's obviously more challenging. So just keep that in mind that you're probably gonna have to go down in weight. All right, go get it. All right, guys, so the next exercise in this hamstring and glutes workout is going to be one of my all-time favorites, and that is the Sumo Deadlift. So the deadlift is one of the best all-around strength exercises because it's literally working your entire body at once, and it gets you really strong, really fast, and gets you very, very toned and sculpted everywhere because, of course, when you're getting strong, you're also building muscle. So we're gonna be doing the sumo variation, which is especially good for overloading our hamstrings and glutes, as well as hitting pretty much everything else, especially our back, our core, our shoulders, and our arms, as well as the front of our legs. So to get started, you're going to take a really wide leg stance. So anytime you hear the name sumo, it means that you're using a wide leg stance, all right? And You're gonna know you're in position when the barbell is directly over the middle of your foot, okay? So make sure you focus on correct form with this one because it's a pretty technical exercise, but it's when you get it right, you're gonna be so amazed by the results you get. So bar directly over the middle of your foot. Then, before you do anything else, you're just gonna hinge down at your hips, okay? So don't bend your knees, just hinge at your hips. Then you're going to extend your arms straight out in front at shoulder width. And I like to do an overhand, underhand grip. The reason is because you can pull more weight in that position. I don't really understand why, but I just know that you can. So you might wanna try it too. You can obviously do a double overhand grip, but an overhand underhand is really common because you can lift more weight that way. So you're gonna grab it about shoulder width apart. Now you're gonna bend your knees, okay? So now what you're doing is you're pushing your hips back and you're arching your back. So you also wanna think that the barbell would be kind of cutting about where your chest is. So that's how you're gonna know you're in the right position. And then you're gonna lift your head up, keeping everything arched. And now we're gonna pull the barbell and we're gonna keep it as though it's just grazing our shins. Tuck and squeeze those glutes at the top and then lower it back down, all right? So pulling, keeping it just grazing your shins and back down. So we're gonna do 10 reps. Here we go. Pushing off your heels. Literally feel like you're pushing the ground away from you. All right, so rest for 60 seconds, even up to as much as 2 minutes for these big lifts like this, and then repeat it for 2 more sets. All right guys, so the next exercise is gonna be split squats. So you're gonna put your foot up behind you on a bench, and then you're gonna come forward and make sure that that front leg is gonna be at a 90-degree angle when you go down, dumbbells at your side. So coming down, pushing off the heel to raise yourself back up. We're gonna do 10 reps on each leg. Here we go. All right, and now switch legs. Whew. All right. So rest for 60 seconds, then repeat this 2 more sets for 3 sets total. All right guys, so now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna do one of my favorite exercises for hamstrings and glutes, and that is a glute ham raise. So your gym should have some sort of contraption like this, which is usually used for hyperextensions, but it might also have one that's more flat where you lay with your stomach totally parallel to the ground and then lift yourself up that way, but this is the most common. So what you're gonna do is come, put your heels flat against the little tray behind you, and then you're gonna make sure that this is low enough so that you can actually bend all the way down. If it's too high, you're gonna need to lower it down. So you're going to come and you're gonna really curl your back, round your back all the way, and then come all the way up, squeeze really tight those glutes and hamstrings at the top, and come back down. So if you're just getting started with this, it's totally fine to use only body weight, but I encourage you to try and add in some weight. And then remember, we're always gonna keep track of the weight we're using and make sure we're progressively overloading. So let's go for 15 reps. All right, definitely should be feeling it in those hammies and glutes. So go ahead, rest 30 seconds, and then repeat this for 2 more sets. All right, guys, so we just got one last exercise, and this is gonna be body weight only because we're gonna do more of a high rep burnout exercise. That's usually how I like to finish off my actual strength training workouts, is by doing something a little bit more high rep and then just burning out the muscle. So we're gonna be doing skater jumps, which is where you come down into a curtsy lunge position, touch all the way at the ground, jump and come to the other side, and then repeat. So we're gonna do 20 total reps of that. Let's go. Whew, all right. So that's really gonna burn out those hamstrings and glutes and finish off this workout. So go ahead, rest for 60 seconds, then repeat this set 2 more times, and then you're done. Crush this workout, good work, and go get it.